And once again, I welcome everyone to the Drive Express channel. Skoda has blossomed underneath the Volkswagen Group umbrella, so much so that some people actually prefer the models from Mladá Boleslav to the detriment of the ones from Wolfsburg. Unveiled today, the fourth-generation Superb overlaps with the Passat to a lesser extent since the latter doesn't come as a sedan anymore. Czechia's flagship can still be had as a sedan, although it's technically a hatchback since it has a more practical tailgate. As with every Skoda out there, the 2024 Superb is an unpretentious car catering to families and fleet operators by offering loads of space and tremendous practicality unmatched in this shrinking segment. The newcomer won't have to worry about the Opel Insignia, Ford Mondeo, or the Renault Talisman since all of them have been axed. Mainstream midsize sedans are few and far between in Europe, where Peugeot still sells the 508, Mazda the 6, and Toyota the Camry. Although it's labeled as a next-gen car, the Superb styling is evolutionary and embodies the definition of a facelift. While the wheelbase has remained intact at 2841mm, 111.8 inches, there have been some notable changes to the model's proportions since both body styles are now 15mm, 0.6 in narrower. The liftback is 43mm, 1.7 in longer and 12mm, 0.5 in taller than its predecessor, whereas the wagon has been stretched by 40mm, 1.6 in, and heightened by 5mm, 0.2 in. It may look instantly familiar, but the body is significantly sleeker than before since the drag coefficient of the hatchback has been lowered by 10% to a seed of 0.23. As for its long roof counterpart, the wagon brings a 15% reduction of the seed to 0.25. The repackaging has paid dividends in terms of headroom for both front and rear occupants, while the cargo volume has jumped by 20 liters, 0.7 cubic feet, to 645 liters, 22.7 cubic foot, for the liftback, and by 30 liters, 1 cubic foot, to 690 liters, 24.3 cubic foot, for the wagon. Alloy wheel sizes vary from 16 to 19 inches, and you get to pick from 8 body colors, 6 of which are new: Purity White, Iced Tea Yellow, Cobalt Blue, Ebony Black, Carmine Red, and Pebble Silver. While the exterior design is more of the same, the cabin has been revamped by getting rid of most, but not all, traditional controls. You still get a handful of old-school buttons for quick access, although you'll be using the screens most of the time to access functions. The infotainment will measure either 10 or 13 inches depending on the trim level, while the 10-inch digital driver's display is going to be standard. At an additional cost, a head-up display will be offered for the first time on the Superb. The center console's party trick will be those 3 knobs incorporating 1.25-inch screens. Skoda calls them smart dials and mentions they're configurable in the sense that you can choose what they do. The outer ones are used to adjust the seat heating and ventilation as well as the interior temperature. As for the one in the middle, it provides access to the volume, driving modes, smart air conditioning, fan speed, and air direction. However, you can only choose 4 of them from the infotainment menu. This center smart dial is flanked by conventional buttons for windscreen ventilation, rear window heating, air recirculation, and automatic air conditioning functions. The list with engines includes the usual VAG suspects, starting with a 1.5-liter gasoline unit with a mild hybrid setup. It produces 150 horsepower, 110 kilowatts, and is available strictly with front-wheel drive. The larger 2-liter mill can be had with 204 horsepower, 150 kilowatts, or 265 horsepower, 195 kilowatts, with the latter being offered with all-wheel drive. On the diesel side, there's only a 2-liter with either 150 horsepower, 110 kilowatts, and FWD, or 193 horsepower, 142 kilowatts, and AWD. Regardless of the engine you go for, Skoda installs a 7-speed, dual-clutch automatic transmission. Speaking of the gearbox, the lever has been relocated to the steering wheel column to free up space between the seats. Strictly a wagon, the plug-in hybrid Superb combines a 1.5-liter gasoline engine with an electric motor for a total system output of 204 horsepower, 150 kilowatts. Shared with the new Kodiaq as well, the electrified setup is FWD only and comes with a 6-speed DSG. Thanks to a 25.7 kilowatts per hour battery pack, it'll do more than 62 miles, 100 kilometers, without sipping any gasoline. It can be charged at up to 50 kilowatts, in which case it'll take 25 minutes to go from 0 to 80%. You also get some juice back in the battery thanks to brake energy recuperation. It wouldn't be a Skoda without a wide array of simply clever goodies, and the 2024 Superb has no fewer than 28. Some of them are new, such as the aforementioned smart dials and an electrically operated load cover for the wagon. Yes, the ice scraper on the inside of the fuel filler cap is still there, along with the umbrella inside the driver's door. Other items include foldable bag hooks in the cargo compartment, a parking ticket clip on the windshield, a rearview camera washer, and a USB port in the rearview mirror to hook up a dash cam. The new Superb gets a technology boost since it uses more advanced matrix LED headlights with 40% extra light output. It's also available with upgraded adaptive dampers, which come as standard on the Lauren and Clement flagship trim level. The Posh L and K is available with all powertrains and body styles, offering a standard 14-speaker Canton sound system, massaging front seats, and unique leathered upholstery. No longer manufactured in the Czech Republic, the revamped Skoda Superb will be made in Slovakia alongside the wagon-only Volkswagen Passat.